So you're on your way home from work and your vehicle dies. You're caught in some sort of emergency. Maybe roads are flooded, maybe there's riots, maybe you just can't move at all on the streets. Or maybe an EMP has hit and destroyed all electronic equipment. So you now have to walk the rest of the way home. Do you have the equipment you need in your vehicle to get home from wherever you work? So today what we're going to talk about is a get home bag, which is another form of a grab bag, but one that is designed specifically just to get you from your place of work or somewhere where you're away from home to your home or to your bug out location. These bags are usually more lightweight, small, and usually a bag that you would use every day. So it's got everyday equipment, the things that you're going to need, maybe laptops, iPads, phones, chargers, paperwork, whatever it is that you need for work, plus a little bit of survival equipment. Not too much, just enough to get you out of trouble. So to put this in context, this is probably the most likely type of bag that you're going to need, being that you are most probably somebody who works or is dislocated from your home, and you're going to need to get back to your home in order to get to the rest of your survival gear. Quite often when we're talking about grab bags, people go for the big, flashy, the 72-hour bag, the inch I'm never coming home bag, which we will go on with in the next video. But most likely what's going to happen is you're going to be caught out in some sort of emergency whilst going to and from work, being that that's what most people do with their time. So let's have a look at what I keep in my get home bag. All right, so here we have my get home bag, or my everyday sort of carry bag. This is the bag that I use for most things. You know, if I'm going to work, I use this. When I was going to uni, I'd take this. This particular pack here is by a company called Triple Aught Design. This is their Axiom 24 pack. I highly recommend their gear, sealed zippers, water resistant on the outside, lots of little pockets and sections in it. Really designed with emergency preparedness in mind, or really operators in mind. So another thing you'll notice about this is, again, you know, I picked a pack that is not specifically looking like it's military or anything like that. It looks very civilian type pack, nice hard backing on it with padding on it and good shoulder pads for comfort so that I can carry this a fair amount of distance. Starting at the top, there's a little section in here. This has some form of light. So again, I always want to think about the ability to see in the dark. And that's just a neck sock that I use as a face cover. So a little bit of protection there. That's mainly what I've got in there, maybe another mask or something if I'm kicking around town and needed to use that. We've got several different sections here, so I'll just open up some of the side sections. So on this side here, I've got my other Life Straw water filtration bottle, so I can drink water anywhere. On this side, we have a little bit of survival type equipment. So that's a thermal blanket, keep me warm. That is a small poncho, so an emergency poncho. And these are protein bars. So, well, they're keto bars, but I've got protein bars, keto bars, those sorts of things. Calorically dense food. That'll keep me going for a little while. Going along the ideas of shelter, so if I needed a more substantial poncho, I've got another one here which is yellow as well, so I might want to attract attention, be seen if I'm walking on roads and things like that. Thinking primarily this is my get home bag, so I might need to actually attract attention or be seen by vehicles that we're driving along. Also in here, I just have like a little travel umbrella. So this is a Cedar Summit umbrella. Tiny little thing, doesn't weigh very much, and I find it very useful. Getting caught in the rain, especially if I need to do something like navigate, stop for a minute, look at maps, or look at my phone or something and I don't want to get wet, I can do it under the umbrella. The little thing about this pack here is these open up, and these are actually little loops that you can attach gear to, so you can put carabiners on there and attach gear to the outside of your pack if you want. So just going on the inside here, that's a Goal Zero, so that plugs into my little solar panel. But this is a charger for my phone, so I'll never be out of power. Got a little charger there. Got different pens and hearing protection and things like that in here. This is a carabiner, So I always carry one of these. I've carried these in backpacks on planes. Nobody seems to care about them. Like I said, they're good for maybe hanging up my pack, so I can hang up my pack and leave it somewhere if I need it upwards, up somewhere. I can put this on the front and hang stuff off the front of my pack. And I might also be able to use this for other purposes like self-defense or something like that. So very handy thing to carry around, carabiners. Another form of torch I have, so this I would say is more of a self-defense type torch in that it's big, it's heavy, it's hardy, and it's quite bright. So it can blind somebody who is actually coming in at me and threatening me. In this section here, there's a little bit of hygiene type stuff. So I've got tissues, I've got hand sanitizer, I've got wet ones or Dettol wipes in here. A few other just random sort of things as well. This is actually a lock picking set if you're into that sort of stuff. But just thinking maybe I'm going to have to cross over through other people's property or something, which is definitely not recommended. Or I might need to get through a building or something like that if I'm in an urban environment. So the ability to actually get your way into areas or out of areas, very handy. And then I've just got a whole heap of random stuff, so notepads and things to wipe computer screens and stuff like that with. As I said, this is actually my working pack. Like I do use this for work or uni or whatever is happening at the time. So another couple of sections in here in the main section. First aid kit, this would be the biggest type of first aid kit that I would take. I'd think about taking a small one, but generally I'm moving around with this one. Being that if I'm going to come across a first aid scene, I'll want to actually render first aid. So I want more than just for myself. This is just a little kit with all my cords and USBs and other little cybersecurity devices and dongles and things like that. Just keep it all neat, tidy in one area. And this is just another notepad and pen. So this is a larger notepad and pen. So it opens up, keep pens in there and take notes. That's a Write in the Rain notepad, this one. So this can actually get wet and it won't destroy it. And these pens are specific for that purpose as well. So there's a couple of hidden away pockets in here. So this one, that's my iPad. And then lastly, I've got some form of backup navigation. So that's a map and a compass, which I'm well used to using a map and compass. And that's so that even if my phone was lost, stolen or destroyed or something like that in an emergency, I could still navigate all the way from where my work is to my home. And I can use alternate routes as well because I've got them on the map and I know what's what. So that there is basically my get home bag. So there you have it. That's my get home bag. That's the sort of things that I would take regularly whenever I'm traveling from my home to work or to uni or to visit someone in some other place. It's not the biggest bag I have. In fact, it's probably the smallest bag I have, but it is a bag that contains everything that I would need to use in a day-to-day scenario. If the threat level was increased for some reason, then I would consider probably taking my 72-hour bag in my car with me. But just for everyday traveling, this is the bag that I will take pretty much everywhere, wherever I go. So hopefully that showed you a few things that you might want to consider. And as always, if there's anything that you think should be in there that I didn't put in there, feel free to chuck that in the comments. If not, I'll see you in part 3 of this for the inch bag.